Are you a control freak like me? Well, I can promise you that if you are, it is definitely holding you back in your business. Now, for me, I totally get this quality from my mother. Sorry, Mom. Today, I want to share with you some things that have happened in my life that have held me back in my business. But more importantly, how I am overcoming this leadership flaw. Now, it's not a character flaw because sometimes holding control is good. But in leadership and moving forward in your business, it can actually be really, really harmful. So let's dive in. Welcome to episode 250. We made it to 250. This is exciting. My name is Tanya, Aliza, and I help you grow your business and grow your brand and grow your influence on social media. I've been growing my business and brand on social media since 2010, and I've created a multiple seven-figure business in the process. So I'm here to teach you some of the things that have worked really well, and sometimes it's good to learn what didn't work well to help you grow your business and your entrepreneurship endeavors. Now, I've got some really cool things that are happening in this episode, and I put this specially together for you at this specific point in time because I just wrapped up a really big business launch that we poured a lot of heart, a lot of soul into. But we also, as many things as we did right, we also did some things wrong. And I'm going to take full responsibility for almost all of the things that we did wrong. And I hope that you take from this some of the things that I did wrong, so you can skip them. You can just avoid those mistakes altogether. And maybe you can take some of these leadership flaws that I have as a control freak, because that's what held us back, and bring that back into your business and hopefully just break through without having them hold you back as much as they've held me back. And I have a really awesome freebie that I specially put together for you here that I know a lot of people have asked me for. And I spent the time, I put it together, and I'll share with you what that is in a minute. So we just wrapped up a pretty large launch where we welcomed over 622, it's like 600, maybe 22, 23 new students into a program that I created called My List Building Bootcamp, where I teach people how to grow their email list and grow their brand and influence through my freebie funnel method that I've been using in my business for a lot of years. And I said, okay, it's time for me to actually package this up and actually teach this to people in a very methodical way. So that's what we started doing. Now, we started putting the plan together for this in November of 2020, and we launched in March of 2021. And so we closed the doors to that, and we're now working with our students. And during that launch, we learned a ton. Now, I had some big audacious goals for this launch, and I'm not really your launch person. I don't love launches all that much. I know that's weird, but they can provide some incredible surge of growth into your business if you do it right, which it did with us. But sometimes what can happen is that's all it is. And you have to keep relaunching. So I'm more a fan of the evergreen model, which we've been using in the business for, oh gosh, more than 7 years, and have created a multiple seven-figure business using that. So I really didn't have the need to always launch and get all stressed out about launches, which it can be stressful sometimes. But we did it. We did a launch. I had a goal, and I said, why not? Let's do it. What else are we going to do? So we ended up doing this launch, and I had three goals. I always set 3 goals when I'm working towards something. A must-have goal, we have to earn this as far as monetary goals. I set it would be really awesome if we could hit this, and then a holy bleep goal, okay? And I always say, if you don't shoot for the, stars, where are you going to go? So you have to shoot for the stars. So for me, I wanted to do at very minimum $500,000 in revenue on this launch. And we had expenses and things that we were putting into that. And then I said, what would be really awesome and where I really want to be is I want to do $1 million launch. I want to do 7 figures. And then where would be even extra awesome would be 1.8. And that would be my holy bleep goal, right? And so we reversed all of our numbers, and we knew exactly what we needed to do to hit these numbers. Now, I will say that we were a little bit shy of my mid goal. We did about $750,000 in revenue for the entire launch with everything said and done. Now, I'm very ecstatic about those results. However, like, I'm a control freak and I am an overachiever. So I was like, we didn't hit that goal, but we have a lot of amazing, amazing students that I get to work with, and I'm loving each and every single one of them. Now, here is what happened. When I bring on people to help me in my business, I'm always bringing on people that I know how to somewhat train or gauge their results with. So this is something that is important. This is where you're like my control freakness has really helped me, is actually understanding processes. I see so many people that have businesses and entrepreneurs that are like wanting to come online and start an online business. And they're like, okay, I'm just going to hire everything out to people to do for me. And they don't have any knowledge of how to do those things themselves. And then what ends up happening is they spend a whole bunch of money and they waste it because their outsourcers or their people that they've hired to do the job for them, they don't know how to instruct. They also don't know how to review to see if that work was even done correctly or if it's going to be good for them. So for me, it is where the control freak portion of it benefits me is I love educating myself. I love learning all of the processes. I don't necessarily love doing all of the processes anymore. And so when I outsource or I hire my team to do certain things, I know what to look for. And that's going to be really, really, really important. So if you're building a business and you're an entrepreneur and you're selling things online or whatever, and you want to bring in help, I definitely encourage it 100% of the time. You don't have to do it all yourself. However, I do believe that you need to be at least a little bit educated on what you're hiring in so that you can set expectations for that role. Because if you don't have expectations because you just have no clue what the role's supposed to do for you, you're setting yourself up in a very risky position that you could potentially waste a lot of money and time in. And I see this way, way, way too often in our industry where people hire people to build funnels or websites, and they don't know anything about that themselves. And then when they get the work back, they don't even know if it's good or not good. And then they realize after, having it out there for a little while, they're like, it's not making me any money or it's not producing me any results. And so this is where your control freak is a good thing, is when you educate yourself on the things that you know that you need to hire out eventually in your business. No one really cares as much about your money and your finances and your goals as much as you. So you have to take ownership of that, and you don't have to do everything in your business. In fact, I say don't at all do everything in your business. When you have enough money and you're making the money to outsource some things, definitely outsource some things, but know what you're outsourcing and know how to set their expectations so that you are not disappointed and you don't waste money. So my control freakness has helped me with this launch in a way, and it helps my business in general in a way where I know exactly how things are supposed to get done. So I can set those KPIs, those key performance indicators with my team so that there are very little mistakes or mishaps that happen. So this is how it does serve me, is being very strategic and control freakish. I call it strategic in navigating like how you want things done, and then delegating that accordingly. Now, my control freakness definitely did not help me in some areas. And this was the reason why I don't think that we were able to move as fast forward or as greater forward as I think we were supposed to. And here's just a problem that I'm learning how to overcome, is letting my team and my leaders that I've hired just sometimes do their work. Because when I micromanage my team so much, they feel like they can't make decisions on their own. And I want them to be leaders, but I'm micromanaging them. And then what ends up happening is they don't feel like they can make the decisions on their own, or maybe they feel like they can, but they shouldn't because I'm micromanaging everything. And then I'm just getting in my own way. Whereas sometimes, yes, if you hire a team, if you hire help, sometimes just let them do what they do and then steer correctively from there, because you never know, they might even come up with a better idea than maybe you even had in the beginning. And so you kind of want to give them that opportunity. And so for me, sometimes I micromanage my team a little bit too much, where I want them to be leaders, and I want them to be like, yeah, okay, let's do this, and like make their own decisions. But I think they're mainly just waiting on me to navigate that for them, because I've done that so much in the past. So I'm working on getting better with that and getting out of my own way and not having so much of a tight hold on every little process of my business. All right, so another area that my control freakness definitely hurt me was because of this launch, specifically in this launch, and actually a lot of day-to-day in my business, I will say, is I want to do and I want to help so much. My mom always taught me to work really hard, so I have that inside of me. Thank you, Mom. And I want to help, and I want to do all the things, and I want them to be all done my way and all perfect, of course, right? Recovering perfectionist over here. That yes, I get in my own way, but because I do that, I, with this launch, severely sacrificed like sleep and health and my mood. And I think that would not have happened if I just was able to like just let my control freak like leave the building, and then have more confidence in my team and just let them, say, hey, just be a better delegator with things. I need to be a better delegator with things, is what I'm saying. So this is how my control freakness is definitely killing me. However, I am working on that. So here are some things that I'm doing to overcome all of my control freakness so I can literally get out of my own way and actually see results faster in my business. Because the reality is that if you see people that are just moving really fast in business, they're like making decisions like this, and they're not worrying about being perfect. They're just worrying about being done. And I'm learning this as I see. So this is the things that I'm working on to overcome and get rid of my control freakness. When my team that works with me at TanyaAliza.com, if they ask me a question, I don't want to answer it without them giving me two options on a solution. So I let them become the solution seekers. And instead of me saying, this is what I would do, I would say, okay, great, that's a problem, that's a quality problem. What are two ideas or solutions that you've come up with to navigate this problem? And then my team is really smart. What we can do is we can pick one of those, and then they feel empowered with making that decision. And I didn't have to actually then take up brain space trying to figure out, be a problem solver. You got to problem solve some things, but when you're working with your team, you want to ask them, hey, okay, like that's a cool problem. What are your solutions? Like bring me the solutions as well as the problem, and then we'll pick a solution. I'm working on done is better than perfect being one of my new mantras. And I'm working on trust. So for me, trust is a very thing that I feel everybody has to earn with me. Maybe it was something that happened in my past, but I really, I'm not automatically a really trusting person, especially when it comes to the things that are really important to me. And so I'm working on that. And so I have to trust that I do have the right people in the right roles, doing the right things, and trust that they are going to make the best decisions for the company. Now, again, if I don't feel that I can have that trust with a team member, we might need to have a new team member come on board, right? Trust is everything. If you don't have trust, you don't have anything. So I just need to get better. And for me, I've got a fabulous team that works with me at TanyaAliza.com, and I should absolutely trust every single one of them. There's no reason as long as they've been with me, that I would have no trust with them. So I need to just let go and trust that they are going to make the right decisions for the better of the company. And so one of my affirmations that I actually have added to my affirmations list in the morning when I do my morning routine and I'm reading out my affirmations is, I'm so happy and grateful I've got the best team that works with me that I love and trust so much. And that has really, really helped me set the tone for the day with my team in that regard. All right, so like I promised in the beginning of this episode, I put something very, very special together for you. As an entrepreneur, it is really important for you to learn how to outsource and how to ask for help, even if it's having a virtual assistant come in and help you for 2 hours a week or 5 hours a week, maybe helping you to manage your social media comments or get back to some of your emails or your messages or do your social media posting or even some more advanced things in your business. But I believe as an entrepreneur, how soon should you hire a virtual assistant? Yesterday. Because they can alleviate so much time from you if you have the resources. And trust me, they don't cost all that much if you have the right plan in place, and they can really help you so much in your world so that you can focus on better income producing activities for your business as the entrepreneur, the CEO, and the content creator that you are. So one of the things that people ask me all the time is, how do you hire people? Where do you find the good virtual assistants? And where do you find your team members? So what I did was I sat down and I put together the Entrepreneurs Roadmap to Outsourcing for you. So this is where to find perfect virtual assistants for you and the activities that you want them to do and how to pay them. I'm also going to give you some recommendations on how to navigate pay, like how frequent, what method of payment, are they coming on as an independent contractor, those sorts of things. So I put this roadmap together for you that I think you're going to find really, really valuable. And if you like to pick that up, absolutely free, you can head over to my blog at tanyaaliza.com/250. I'll leave a link in the description area of where you're watching this video. You can click that. That'll take you to my blog. And then right underneath this video on the blog post, there'll be a big yellow button. You can click that and you can request access for free to my Entrepreneurs Roadmap to Outsourcing. I think you're really going to love this one. I put a lot of work into creating this for you. So download it, use it, go through it, and then drop me a comment and let me know how it's helped you and how much you love it. All right, party people, we have our champagne moment highlight of the week. It is that time. I'm actually even wearing my Cheers to Champagne Moment shirt. I love these shirts. Go pick one up on the blog. They're really fun to wear. However, I do want to give a shout out. This is where we pick one of our lovely, valued online community family members who drop me a comment really anywhere. We see you. And we love to celebrate you and your wins and your lovely comments that you share with me. And so this week, I would love to give a shout out to Brandy Huto, I think I'm saying that correctly. She shares, I have learned so much from your videos and share them with my team. Thank you so much for all that you do for so many and so willing to. You are truly an inspiration. Thank you, Brandy. I really appreciate you. Cheers to you. Thank you so much. We really appreciate you sharing that, and we can't do what we do here without you. So much love. All right, my friend, did you get some value out of today's episode? I truly hope that you did. And if you did, and you know anybody else that could find value in it as well, make sure to smash the share button, get it out to your people, give it a thumbs up, give it a like. And if you're watching this on my YouTube channel, I will leave 2 additional awesome episodes that will also help you grow your business, grow your influence, and grow your brand using social media. I'll see you over on those episodes, and I'll see you next week with a new one.